All right, Zach, I know a lot about you. I know you're tough, but daggum, let me tell you about me. I'm the HCHB, and I've been all over this country. Next Saturday, I'm coming out to L.A., and me and you, we're going to step in the ring for Crimson Crown, and I'm going to throw you all over that damn building. Oh, no, I'm really bad at doing
that
on the
was
spot.
fucking
That was good.
That was great.
Good.
Now I want to hear what Zach has to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight you.
See, that's more like what I'm really like.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Maximum Zach, and on today's podcast, we have the Hardcore Hillbilly.
Hell yeah.
Dude, thanks for coming, dude.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, dude. Just so glad to be out here. Any excuse come to L.A., I'm going to jump on it, man.
I feel that. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm 23 years old. Since I was 18, I've been traveling the country doing professional deathmatch wrestling. I'm from the suburbs right outside of Atlanta, Georgia, called Powder Springs.
Okay.
And yeah, this is just my whole life, just traveling around doing the wrestling, being a crazy person.
Hell yeah. So what was it like growing up in Georgia?
So yeah, so I had very functional, dysfunctional life. So I came from very young parents, and so growing up, I was just like into whatever they were into. And my dad was a wrestling fan, but he was a casual wrestling fan. He really liked WCW, which was based in Atlanta. And so growing up, I would just like watch whatever he was watching.
Yeah.
And but I just loved it. Like I just knew that's all like I wanted to do. So but my life though very early on just real simple. Just a real country dude, you know, a bunch of fishing and stuff like that. My folks never really had no money, so you know, just daggum getting by, having fun, doing the simple shit, you know.
Yeah. I understand that. How did you get into so you grew up like watching like regular wrestling, but how did you get into hardcore wrestling?
So so I really love Jackass. So like everything goes back to Jackass, and like once I got into like late elementary school, middle school, I found out about Mick Foley, who had since retired since where I started to really remember wrestling. And so Mick Foley does what's called hardcore wrestling, and that's like thumbtacks, trash cans, chairs. But that led me into deathmatch wrestling. And I vividly remember being that kid in middle school that would show everybody on YouTube, like CZW Highlights 2006. Like, hey, look, this is this guy named the Necro Butcher. And it's like light tubes, you know.
Yeah.
And by just like, and watching that too, I always saw people I related like with being a bigger guy, you know. It's like, okay, I can obtain that. All right, that dude looks like me. I can hit that, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I just always knew I wanted to do it. But growing up in the South, it's not really all over the place like that. There's only one company in the South when I was growing up, and that's IWA Deep South. But they would run, like, sporadically with, like, a couple years off in between, only in Alabama, have underground shows, stuff like that. But, yeah, man, I'm sorry I rambled.
Oh no, it's all good. So did you like start off just like backyard wrestling or like
no.
How did you like go to like any kind of like I know like a bunch of people go to like wrestling like camps or like schools and stuff.
So my senior year I worked at a haunted house and saved up all of that money. Didn't play no sports, and I went to a wrestling school outside Atlanta.
Okay.
And then I was also a COVID senior. So when COVID happened, everything shut down. My high school closed early. And my dad always made me promise I wouldn't start doing shows until after I graduated high school. Because he knew I'd be going all across country, daggum, carving myself up and shit.
Yeah.
And so when, like, COVID shut everything down, I hit up IWA Deep South, that show that I was telling you about, the only show in the South. And I was like, hey, man, I really want to do it. I think I'm ready. I was not fucking ready. But I go out there, and... so, like in wrestling, we use these things called blades to get busted open sometimes. And it's just like it sounds, a little razor blade on our tape. Well, nobody showed me how to make one beforehand. Probably because they knew I'd fucking hurt myself. I'd be in the bathroom fucking doing it, taking selfies or something. But so I go to this wrestling show, find out, okay, I got to make a blade tonight. So I go up to this guy named John Rare, who at the time... was the most experienced man that I know. If you know anything about wrestling, yeah, that's where you fight. But he at the time he had like 50 matches, so it was like the blind leading the blind. And but I go up to him, and he's super nice. He's willing to help me, so he takes the scissors, takes the razor blade, cuts it, and then he puts it in his pocket, and then gives me the rest of the razor blade and the scissors with just the visual knowledge of what he did.
Yeah.
So I ended up making more of like a small shank.
Oh, fuck.
And so it comes time, like it's time for my match. The first chance I get, first time the daggum wind hits my head. I mean, I get cracked with daggum kendo stick. I'm down. I'm daggum trying to get the blade out of the tape, but gets caught in my wrist tape.
Yeah.
So I'm like fighting with it. At the whole time I got a camera that I'm trying not to let see this go on. And so I finally get it out. Now, this guy hit me pretty hard. He thought they knocked me out. None of these guys know me from Adam. They don't know how fragile I am.
Yeah.
They just know I'm a dumb 18-year-old kid out there. So he comes to check on me. And the way he checks on me is stomps. So he goes, "Hey, man, you all right?" And when he stomps me, I got that blade out. And it goes up and then all the way across.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so at that point, I learned what the X meant in wrestling really quick. The referee throws it up. We immediately go to the end of the match. And I'm in the back, and I'm getting my forehead just all, like, stapled shut.
Oh, my gosh.
And you would think by, like, in wrestling, like, things are gimmicked. It's not as it seems. But the staples, I'll just say, in the staple gun were the wrong staples. They were the thickest staples we could get. Like, they were the staples that were meant to be used.
Like as actual staples?
Yeah.
So, was there like a medic stapling, or were you guys fixing it like yourselves?
Good old John Rayer.
Yeah. Because like I've seen a bunch of like just doing stunts and stuff. Like my friend, like sometimes I've had friends that'll like literally super glue like their own like wound shot and stuff, which seems really dumb. But, like that's gnarly, dude. That's so gnarly.
So super glue is ideal. Like super glue I've only been to the hospital once, and that was to get that daggum sewn shut from the incident that I said. But super glue is, I always make sure I have it on me now. It's harder like when I fly in and stuff like that. But if I have time, I always make sure at least somebody has it. Because, it's literally saved me like thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah, no, that would be so expensive to have to go to the doctor each time.
Every time. Oh, dude, you, so another funny thing about the level of deathmatch that I do is a lot of times I'll be like on a show with people doing their first one. And they'll have like little cuts and stuff like that going, "Hey, man, should I go get stitches?" "No, bro, come on."
What's one of like the worst injuries you've gotten so far?
Oh, dude. So the worst thing is probably, it was 2nd to 3rd degree burns. I don't know. I didn't go to the hospital.
Yeah, no, I understand that completely.
But I was at this thing called the Grundle Run, and it's a biker rally. You've been to the Grundle Run?
No, it's a great name though.
And with my boy Nathan Mowry. So
what is a Grundle?
I have no idea.
You're really gonna make me fucking Google that
Google
right
what a Grundle is, because
it's not the town in Georgia.
Because someone I could have swore that I knew like called like their like taint a Grundle before.
That's what it is. That's what I thought it was.
That's very fitting.
That's exactly what it is.
That's very much.
Yeah, no, that's but, I heard someone say Grundle butter before. But sorry.
You're all good.
Sorry.
But this biker rally, Nathan is wrestling our friend JJ Escobar.
Yeah.
And so like he's bringing some people down. I didn't have nothing that weekend. I'm coming down with Nathan. So we figure out how to do like Georgia wrestling versus Team POR basically, and I was on the POR side because that's what I'm most known for. And so what we did was I had his female manager take firecrackers and put them down my overalls. Well, like beforehand, we cut like a strip of firecrackers off. I present it to JJ, and JJ's like, come on, man, that's pussy shit. We're the main event. So I'm like, oh my God, whatever. So I ended up coming back with probably about like 1,000 like firecrackers.
Yeah.
So like immediately like long, just like bit. And so like that's what we decide to use. So it's underneath the ring. In the match, it comes time to do it. And all I'm wearing is my overalls, dry fit basketball shorts, and dry fit boxers, and then like a cheap like picnic flannel shirt from the Walmart. Well, when our friend Dagga Bailey lights that firecracker strip, she drops it right on my back, and my shirt immediately starts disappearing.
Oh my God.
I mean, immediately. And for the next 30 seconds, I was just a flashing like fireball. Jesus. Oh, it was insane. It was crazy. And I'm talking, we meant to keep that a very contained spot.
Yeah.
But obviously, shit is not going right. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. So all I can do is fight for my life to get these overalls off me. And goddamn, is that a hard thing to do. So I'm rolling around, and I'm talking, like, at one point I roll up, I'm leaning against people's legs, like, oh shit, I hurt the fans and stuff like that. And then finally it just all stopped, and I got my overalls half off, and then I just hear the nicest voice ever go, "Hey, sugar, your asshole's out for everybody to see." but yeah, so we get back, and I take a shower, and the big reveal was it was in two spots. It was the lower back and both of my ass cheeks, like my entire ass cheeks, and which is the worst place to get burnt, by the way.
Yeah.
It took a month to heal, but so I like get done taking a shower, and I show them my lower back, and my friends are like, "Ooh, yeah, that's bad." But when I showed them my ass cheeks, it was like that meme of like the young dude doing the roast and his friends jumping around like in the loop, like in the jacket. It was like that. Everybody, oh! Sorry, headphone listeners.
So, like, how many times have you done the firecracker stunts?
Oh, dude. Oh, man. Firecrackers are my specialty. I hate to admit it. And, like, even that was the worst it ever went.
Yeah.
But goddamn, did it look cool.
I'm sure it looked amazing.
Like, even if I knew that was the outcome every time I did it, I'd probably still do it like 4 times a year, bro. I try to like figure out different ways. And so, like, and the weird thing about being known for the firecrackers is now opponents that I wrestle, like, they want to do firecracker stuff.
Of course.
And it's like, nah, man, there's only one rule. Like I gotta be the one taking the firecrackers, you know? And, but they want to get crazy with it. Like, this one dude, shout out Smoke the Reaper, out in the Locos, like, "Hey, man, I got these sparkler fountains." And I'm like, hell no, bro. We ain't messing with that. But yeah, so I'll do it in various ways. Most recently, I went through a table that, like, had them on there. But, like, after getting blown up at the Grundle Run, I gotta do some more crazier shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, that just, like, it was cool for, like, there. Yeah. But knowing what I do, it's like, whatever. But I'll get tied up in the wrestling ropes, and, like, I'm Onita exploding dagger barbed wire. I'll put it on glass panes and do a front flip through it. So then it's like I've sandwiched the guy now between these firecrackers, and it's just going off. And but one thing that I want to do is a suicide vest. Yeah. Next time, like I want to take like the big roll, not even have it look like a suicide vest at first, just a strip, and then I want to take a staple gun and staple it to myself. And then, like, jump off the apron or do my front flip or something.
Using the staples that they use for your head.
Yeah,
pretty much, Yeah, I hate firecrackers so much. Dude, like, my experience with when I did the unalived vest, it was so gnarly. Well, I did it in the winter. and it was like the worst decision. Like my first instinct was like, "Oh, this burns so bad, I'm gonna jump in the snow." Dude, it was the worst idea ever.
I would hate to do that in the cold.
Dude, it sucked. And like the only and obviously it's like when you have the rolls, it's like, okay, now the fuse is like gonna fuck you up too.
Yeah, dude, the fuse is honestly the worst part. That's like the hottest part of it.
It's literally
and you don't
one of the worst
realize
parts.
that like. But like once you have the daggum long strip,
Yeah.
it's the fuse all the way down.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then also it's like going back to the Grundle Run overall ones.
Yeah.
That shit got all balled up.
Yeah.
So like at a certain point, it's just all ignited, and so it was just a giant flash.
That shit's gnarly.
But yeah, firecrackers. Honestly. Like, what kind of made me start doing firecrackers is seeing you do the unalive vest, dude, for real.
Oh, so it's his fault is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
well, I saw it and I was
he was
like,
going to do it regardless.
Well, I was like, I honestly probably would have. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, this is like probably the most extreme thing I can do that like wouldn't put me in the hospital.
Yeah.
But everybody, because the thing is in like deathmatch wrestling, it's such a niche thing that like the fans like really love it. So by now, like, they've done shit to each other, daggum, that we do in the ring. Like, they've hit each other with light tubes and shit like that, But firecrackers, who's just going to do that in their basement on random Saturday with the boys?
Oh, that's true.
Us, I guess.
Oh, man. So how'd you meet JJ?
So this company, XPW. Do you mind if I go in a little bit on XPW?
Yeah.
So XPW was really big out in California in the 90s. It's owned by the eccentric porn producer Rob Black. And so like Rob Black was the first porn producer that started making like fetish like stuff, I guess we would say today. Like crazy stuff. And but like he got a fortune from doing that, and he decided to pump it into XPW, which was the West Coast response to ECW. And so like the federal government ends up coming after him for obscenity charges because his porn was just so wild. He ends up closing up shop in the 90s. Well, Vice makes a Dark Side of the Ring on XPW, and it made Rob Black look just like not very favorable. And so Rob Black's like, you know what? I'll show y'all. I'm going to run again. And so he runs again, and he just has like a loaded like roster. It's guys like Slack, Masada, Necro, Butcher, JJ Escobar. But the way I ended up all in that fold was Necro Butcher needed he needed somebody part of his little stable that could get like beat up and like be a distraction in the match and then like lose sometimes and not affect him.
Yeah.
And we didn't have anybody in that. We had Jasmine St. Clair, the 90s foreign star, and we had our buddy Monchichi, the ref, who's like just a real small guy. He's a manager. And so he goes down to Tennessee, and he sees me at a wrestling show. And in that show, I end up getting attacked by a manager. The manager, like out of nowhere, hits me in the head with a crutch. So
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I crawl to the back.
Like in the match?
Yeah, in the match.
Okay.
Wait, was it supposed to happen?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not
So
at
it's
all.
just surprising to you all around.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
this went to another story.
No,
but
I'm into this.
This
Go
is
on.
this is the origins of being Necro Butcher. Because Necro Butcher brought me to XPW. But so we're at this show. It's the New Jack Memorial Show. So it's pretty fair that I've assaulted somebody here. So
In the ring. You mean in the ring?
outside the ring.
Well, another wrestler then.
Well, manager. But so what happened was
you injected both.
What happened was I'm on. Yeah, he was there. I'm on my knees, and I get lemon juice poured in my open cuts from somebody that's on his team. All right, all good and dandy. Expected that. And
I don't know if good and dandy is the word I would use. But like, whatever.
As soon as I get the lemon juice out of my eyes and I get my eyes back, keep in mind I'm on my knees, and he's got this crutch. This manager is like 6'5", probably 350 pounds. And he swings that thing as hard as he can, straight down, and the screw catches me, busts me wide open.
Oh my god!
So like I'm just laying there, like just limp. People come check on me, no response. So finally, I get medic help. I start army crawling to the back. Necro Butcher, he showed up to the show late because he was in the parking lot smoking pot in the car.
Yeah.
But so the first words that ever got spoken to me by the Necro Butcher wasn't, "Hey kid, I'm Necro." No, it's, "Boy, what the hell happened to you?" I go, "That stupid fucking manager just busted me open with a crutch." He goes, "Fucking manager? You don't got no hair on your balls right now. You don't go out there and whoop his ass." So he claims I pushed the paramedics to the ground. I go put my arms out and make a swim motion, get these paramedics off me. And I go into the side hallway, and it's like a Spartan movie. Everybody on this show is just in the hallway seeing about what's to happen. And nobody says a word. They just pick a side. I'm talking to owner of the company, the owner of the damn building.
It's like you're fucking Moses parting the Red Sea.
So I open that side door, and I see the bloody crutch right there. Well, in the heat of the moment, I don't realize that the match is over. The baby faces, who are the good guys in wrestling, have just won the tag team titles they have been chasing for months. Yeah. They're crying it out in the ring.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a memorial show, so it's supposed to be this real good, like, oh yeah, heartfelt moment. Well, the manager is taking a victory lap around the ring, so imagine a square. And he's on the straightaway, fixing to go like just past the curtain to outside of fan view. Well, I grabbed this crutch, and I turned the corner a little wider and faster than him, so he ends up with the ring trapped behind him. And I just start going to town as "Don't Stop Believe Me" or something by Journey just blaring. But I just start just going to town. First shot hits him in the head. Second shot, he puts his arm up, and you'd see in the video his arm wrap around the crutch, break his arm. And then I clipped the ring. And I was hitting him so hard that when I clipped the ring, the crutch just broke in half, like somebody took a circular saw or something. And so then I get to the back, and the Necro Butcher's like, "Kid, that was all fun and dandy. That was cool, but your night might not be over." He goes, "One of two things happened. You hurt him and embarrassed him, and he's never going to show up here again. Or he ain't going to take too kindly what happened out there. He's going to come back here wanting to whoop your ass." So I'm just standing there, just hearing plat, 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 just blood hitting the floor. And I'm just fist up, and it's just like, "Oh, what's up, Brad Cash? Oh, what's up, Sarah?" And then finally, he comes through the door, and he has no idea where I'm at. He thinks that they've escorted me out of the building or something like that, or I've gone to a hospital. So he just pokes his head in to sincerely get his bag and leave. And he just sees me just ready to go, just pouring blood. And he just quietly just closes the door and then sends the girl in that was with him to go get his bag for him. And yeah, I've never seen that guy since, but that made... But roundabout back to the story, that made the Necro Butcher be like, "Yeah, I like this kid. Like, he'll do anything I tell him just about. And he'll take an ass whooping." And so he calls me up one day, and he goes, "Hey, man, I've already talked to the boss. I need you to meet me up in Newark, New Jersey for the show called Extreme Invasion. It's our first time in New Jersey." And he goes, "It's a tryout, so you got to get your own flights. That's, And so I go, "Okay, bet." So I go out there, I meet him over at the hotel, and the first thing he does is take me to the promoter Rob's Black room, and he goes, "All right, Rob Black, so I got this kid here," and he gives him the pitch, right, with me already from Atlanta, Georgia. Rob Black went no, but Rob Black was like, "Yeah, whatever, man." And so that was the day that the Mega Maga was formed. We were bad guys.
Oh God.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the thing. I'm the hardcore hillbilly.
Yeah.
So it was very fitting that they threw me into that staple with Jasmine St. Clair, and my dumb ass would just waved the flag, and we were bad guys that didn't know we were bad guys.
Yeah.
So me being an idiot was perfect. I'm over here why they
That's actually really funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We couldn't understand.
Yeah, it's actually really funny.
In our mind, we're
we're the good guys.
We're Team America.
Yeah, that's actually hilarious.
How could you boo us? But we were having beer bottles thrown at us. We one show in California almost got shut down because it was being protest. Because our manager, who was Hispanic, so that makes everything a little bit more funnier, was going off was going off on the mic the show before. So we've had like signed protesters like waiting on us like before shows. Beer bottles thrown at us. Chair riots.
Yeah.
And I got poor Jasmine St. Clair, who's maybe 80 pounds soaking wet, and she's in these high heels. So like throughout the match, I'm having to keep the crowd engaged on Necro, make sure she's all safe, wave my flag, and I'm having to remember all these spots. Like, okay, when this happens, it's time for this sequence, slide in, get my ass kicked in some grand way. Daggum, that's it for tonight.
Oh, that's crazy, dude. That's fucking insane.
Hell yeah, man.
I don't even know where the fuck to go from there. Like, that's insanity. So is that character like still who you are today? Are you still part of that team or?
No. So Necro Butcher, first of all, with the Mega Maga stuff, that's not who I am, as a person. I'm a very, just not political, just chill guy. But, with the Hardcore Hillbilly, it's pretty funny. And, during that run in XPW when we were doing it, whenever I would do other shows, they would ask me to bring the flag, and I would still do it, but it'd be weird. And Necro Butcher, the legendary deathmatch wrestler I was telling you about, he ends up getting hurt in Japan, ends up shattering his hip. And so he's out there for 2 months, but it was like a unexpected amount of time. We didn't know. And so me and Rob Black, we had a call and we talked about it and was like, yeah, it really doesn't feel right. Just doing it because it was getting huge success because our fans are sociopaths.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were supposed to be bad guys, but by the end of it, the fans knew Necro was hurt. I'm doing the last show doing the Mega Maga thing. And there's somebody writing a paper there about the wrestling. And they go, yeah, the Hardcore Hillbilly comes out, who I'm convinced is the bad guy. But then he is showered in a hallway of Trump flags that the fans have brought themselves. And, but it started going crazy, and we just stopped doing it. At that point, we're like, okay, this was, it's wrote its purpose.
Yeah.
And now I'm still the Hardcore Hillbilly. They ain't never going to change. But I'm like a trucker.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. My real life gimmick is I do whatever I gotta do to get to my next town. So that's what my promos are. My promos are broken down trucks all dang hitchhiking, stuff like that.
That's awesome. So have you so after you met, you met JJ because of XPW,
yes,
and you've done a lot of POR matches as well.
Yeah, so for I would say it's kind of hard to remember, but I think I've done 2 whole POR seasons because they only run a couple months out of the year, and then last year I started out the season and then I moved to Amarillo, Texas. Missed most of it, and then surprisingly came back at the Grand Prix, which is their end of the year tournament. And since I'm back in Atlanta now, I'll be over at POR every single show now.
Oh yeah, that's sick. So when so how long have you been wrestling for exactly?
I'm in my 5th year now.
Your 5th year now?
Yes, sir.
That's dude, you have so many insane stories for that short amount of time so far.
I'm just one of those people. People call me a human golden retriever. I just wake up early every morning and see what trouble I can get into. I go out of town. My favorite Jasmine St. Clair story is it's my first time out in L.A. So the only thing I know about L.A. is it's near an ocean. So I get the 6 a.m. flight out here, and I plan to go fishing all day.
Yeah.
So I'm going fishing, take a picture of the Santa Monica Ferris wheel behind me because of GTA. And I get a phone call from Jasmine. Jasmine has never texted me. I'm like, why is this woman calling me? So of course I answer right away. And she goes, hey, are you at the Santa Monica Pier? And I go, yeah. She goes, look over at the blue building. So I look over at this building, and she's waving at the daggum balcony. And she goes, have you eaten lunch yet? And I go, no, ma'am. She goes, all right, I'm going to take you to lunch. So she hops down, looking like she just came from a damn action movie, I'm telling you. On a damn, like, black motorcycle, daggum leather jacket, daggum, like, the whole get-up. And she takes me to the fanciest restaurant I've ever been to. Let me know if y'all ever been here. It's a place called the Cheesecake Factory.
That's amazing.
Now, after going there, I have since found out that cheesecake factories are in every major city. But I will not go to another cheesecake factory. I'm only going to go to the Santa Monica one. It's like Christmas. If you had Christmas every day, what the fuck's the point, you know?
That's fucking incredible.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, and that was a good time. That day I learned I'm not cultured.
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory's all right, you know.
Yeah.
But I tried wine for the first time that day, and she was like, "Hillbilly, do you want anything to drink?" And I was like, "No, I've never had any." So she just orders 2 of what she had, and I take a sip, and I go, "I'm sorry for wasting this." She goes, "No waste at all. That just means I have 2 glasses."
That's funny.
So when you said you cut a lot of promos, obviously, to help promote shows.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a different voice that you use when you're Hardcore Hillbilly?
I try to, but like it's kind of hard. Like with the country accent is probably the worst accent to ever have to try to want to change your voice.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
like sometimes like I'll try to be real deep and
Actually,
stuff like that.
Don't give me an example. I want you to cut a promo like you're gonna fight Zach.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say to Zach as the Hardcore Hillbilly that you're gonna kick his ass?
All right, Zach, I know a lot about you. I know you're tough, but daggum, let me tell you about me. I'm the HCHB, and I've been all over this country. Next Saturday, I'm coming out to L.A., and me and you, we're going to step in the ring for Crimson Crown, and I'm going to throw you all over that damn building. I don't know. I'm really bad at doing
No,
it
that
on the
was
spot.
Yeah, that was good.
That was great.
Good.
Now I want to hear what Zach has to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight you.
see, that's more like what I'm really like, because I'm a really nice guy. Like,
We should go out to lunch.
Be the Cheesecake Factory.
Factory. Maybe we'll try Chili's.
dude, that would be the funniest promo ever. Like, that would be a hilarious sketch. Like, it's your opponent cutting a real mean promo.
Yeah.
And then your promo is just being like, hey, buddy, we're all friends here. How about after you whoop my ass, if it ain't too bad? Like, your promo is pleading to your opponent. Yeah. That would be, like, amazing. I would love that. Have you seen the Tim Robinson sketch? Where he's cutting promos, and it turns out it's a real thing. He's like this character called like Flying Brian or something like that, but he's got this like silver jacket, and the whole premise is, what if jobbers cut promos? And a jobber in wrestling is basically what I am, but it's a guy that like never wins. You just come in and you just get your ass beat. The crowd cheers for you. Because maybe someday you'll win. Hopefully. They cheer loud enough. This might be the night. It never is. But in the sketch, he's like, yeah, Skalski, the crazy Russian, you know, how dare you punch me in the face and spit on me? Don't do that. and I didn't like when you took the American flag and waved you and wiped your butt with it. But it's basically this guy complaining. Yeah,
I have seen this.
Yeah,
that's so funny. Oh man, like, weird segue, but do you believe in ghosts? And have you had any paranormal experiences ever?
So I've never had any paranormal experiences, but I think like I would like to believe in ghosts.
Okay.
You know? Like, let's say I died, I would like to be a ghost, because that sounds fucking awesome, honestly. But the thing is though, is it like how do you haunt people? Like, how's that decided? Do you get to pick somebody that then you just follow them for like their whole life, like a companion? Or is it like where you died at? Because I don't want to be trapped in a Motel 6 forever. You know, like...
Yeah, I feel like there are rules to it. Like,
we just don't know what they are.
Yeah. So, like, where's the contract? You know, like...
Yeah. I feel like you would. I feel like you're probably stuck to wherever you die, and then it's like hopefully someone cool moves in there or something.
Unless you're like stuck to an object. Like if you do die, hopefully you get to haunt a wrestling ring that travels around.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking rad, honestly.
That would be cool.
No, if I was to like haunt somebody, I would like to like it would be my friends David and Michaela in their house. And only because they got
thought
like,
about this. Clearly.
I've thought about it a lot. I'd be like a house cat. Like she's a big plant lady, so I'd be like just knocking shit off. I'd be like, yo, they'd wake up every morning to just like broken pots and be like, Hillbilly was here. Hillbilly left us a present.
Yes,
Every now and again, late at night, you can still hear weed coughs.
Okay, so we're gonna do a tier list of like the worst bumps to take.
For sure.
I did not put firecrackers on there.
We didn't know that was a thing.
Well, as soon as I was coming over here, I was like, fuck, I forgot to put fireworks on there. So sorry about that. But I guess let's start off with the skewers. Like, where would you put skewers on the tier list? Okay.
Also, we should probably just. Do you understand what he means by the tier list?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is S?
S tier is the top tier.
So is it what I would more rather take, or what is least painful?
Yeah. So you would want to like. So I guess. Okay. I guess I should be more clear on what.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's like painful and least
like,
painful, right?
Yeah. Least painful would be on D.
Okay.
And
S
then
is super
painful.
painful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And S would be like, okay, like.
What is that?
Okay, those are light tubes right
Okay.
there. And then sorry, there's that's just a door. That's a table. That's Tiger Woods. But that is a golf club.
Yeah, golf club.
There's thumbtacks. There's a potato gun.
I've never done a potato gun, so
Yeah,
I can't tell you.
It's pretty bad.
That'd be like, if I did that, people would be like, "Yo, what the fuck's your problem?" Like, how would we do this in a match, and why?
You just stand at the edge of the ramp when you first get in and shoot into the ring.
All right, so I'm gonna punch you, and you just stand here for 3 minutes while I load this up.
Like it's a musket.
We have a pane of glass over there too, and then there's a pizza cutter.
Hell yeah.
There's a guitar.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so this is our first time doing the tier list on Maximum Zack. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it. So we're gonna rate. Should I say it again? Or
I'm still recording, and we got
cool.
pretty much all of it, so we're good.
Cool.
You explained it.
Okay. So what do you think about skewers? Have you done skewers before?
Yeah, so I've taken skewers, but the thing with skewers is like, there's like two things about them. There's taking skewers, and then there's taking skewers from Masada. I have not. I have not taken skewers from Masada, but like from everybody else. And I'm sorry, Masada, from ranking this, but I would have to say that's like a B like thing. Like it's one of those things. Like it sucks, and like you want to get out. Like like your natural instinct is just to grab that shit and pull it out right away. But, you can kind of, like let it in for a second, You're not taking that and it's like, oh, fuck, what do I got to do now,
Yeah. Okay, fire.
Fire, I would have that, see, that's so hard. Because when it goes right, I would say it's a C. But when it's bad, it's an S, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's S, too.
Because
if you play with fire... You're gonna get burned eventually.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Guitar.
Oh, so guitar, definitely an S. Definitely an S.
Ooh,
but
interesting.
Well, actually, no. I'd say it's an A.
Okay.
Because S is like one of those things that like I would rather just not do at all. But a guitar, if I see it, I'll begrudgingly do it because it's so cool. Like,
yeah.
It hurts, like, it's very painful, and every time I've gotten hit with guitar, I've always gotten busted open, like, for realsies.
Yeah. Dude, I've seen so many people get hit with guitars and then not break,
Oh yeah,
It takes forever.
But we're not
for
like everybody like sees somebody get hit with a guitar. And daggum, Jeff Jarrett fucking ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, he did.
Because Jeff Jarrett, like, those guitars are like movie props, you know? But my guitar's from fucking Guitar Sitter. Like, I saw them, daggum, when I took it in California against the body. I saw them pop daggum staples off the box and just daggum gave it to me. And, but it's so cool, though, again, it's like, how are you going to, like, pass that? Like, and I'd rather get hit with it than hit someone with it. Because nobody remembers who swung it. Everybody remembers, man, you getting fucked up from it. But, yeah, so sorry about that long rant. But, yeah.
It's all good. What about folding chair?
D.
D? Okay.
I would say D. I got a pretty hard head. I got a pretty hard head. And something about it, even when that is, like, wrong and you do get, like, busted open, it's something about, like, it's happened so quick. And you're kind of expecting, like, the pain that you felt 100 times before. That's just like, god damn.
Like,
you know, the back, I got a little daggum vagina on the back of my head now.
Okay, what about stairs?
Stairs are my worst enemy.
Mine too, dude.
Not getting not getting slammed on them or nothing. But I'll forget where the fuck it's at in the ring, and I'll be rolling out of the ring, and I'll like accidentally fucking roll onto the steps. Now I'm like falling down the steps. I'm like, oh shit. Or the worst is like when you've already committed to rolling out, and you see that you're rolling out on the steps.
No.
It's just like, I guess you gotta commit to it now. Or like you don't realize it's behind you and stuff like that. But in a weapon sense, though, I would say stairs is a D kind of thing because you don't really hit anybody with stairs. You more use it to like as an emphasis, you know.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know, man. I usually pick them up in the video games and toss them at people.
You will never find like those stairs are like $3,000 from.
Are they really?
Yeah,
okay, never mind.
Yeah. You'll never like daggum the stairs in like in indie wrestling are like welded together in some dude's like garage.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like, dude, you just ruined our match.
Yeah.
I am not touching those stairs then. Only in
You
video
just
games.
bankrupted his comp.
Yeah. That would be the budget. That would. Stairs.
Oh man,
Jeff had getting them fancy ass stairs.
Sorry guys, I look really nice.
Sorry boys, I had to get stairs.
What about a cheese grater?
Cheese grater, that's another thing. That's a D.
Okay.
Those are like I call those dollar store gimmicks. So dollar store gimmicks is like either you get from like a dollar store, you know.
Yeah.
Cheese graters, cookie sheets, forks, just a lot of just like stuff like that, you know, simple things as dollar store gimmicks. I'll lump that in. And we could also go ahead and lump thumbtacks in that too.
Okay.
Right there with the dollar store stuff.
Yeah.
Because thumbtacks is one of those things. It's kind of like, have you ever done a bed of nails?
Yeah, I've done better nails.
So like the more thumbtacks you have, the like least painful it is.
Yeah.
So like whenever I have thumbtacks on like a bat or something like that, I like them all like literally right up against each other. So that way it's just one big surface area, and then it's like a cool visual attack all in your head and stuff like that. And same thing on the mat. Like I'll take a second rope power bomb. So and all that is a big old bump from the second rope jumping back to the middle of the ring. And I'll try to have at least 1,000 tacks. Break out the big, when you know I'm breaking out the big orange Home Depot bucket, it's our tacks or glass, you know.
Have you ever had a tax break off in you? Like,
yeah.
I hate that, dude.
Yeah, so I've had that happen multiple times, and you never like find them till like the next day or a couple days later. You'll just be like chilling there, and you'll have like a spot on your head that like itches or something, or it'll feel like a scab, and you just go to mess with it, and you're like, but that's a nail.
What about barbed wire?
Barbed wire, let's put that under B.
Okay.
Yeah, barbed wire, it's painful, but it's reliable, you know. Like nobody's like doing this is worried about going to the hospital when you find out you got a barbed wire match, you know. But it does like suck. Like I've had like being a big man, I've had like literal chunks ripped out of me because Like my my love handles will get that.
Yeah.
Like I'll go through a barbed wire board. It's like, oh shit, man. My favorite thing, but the most painful barbed wire thing is the barbed wire safety nets. And all that is a wooden frame with barbed wire weaved across.
Yeah.
So the idea is you get thrown through the barbed wire and then it snaps and closes on you.
Okay.
But we didn't have a big enough one to do anything like that the last time I did it out in Cali. So we just laid it down flat on the ring.
Yeah.
And I had my opponents, it was a triple threat, and I was the smallest guy out of the three. So there were some hosses. And but they each grab a leg, power bomb me from the second rope onto the barbed wire net, and I had nowhere to go. Just flat on the ring. And normally when I do that, I'll have a lot of momentum. I'll go into like a little back roll, back flip thing, whatever, or slide across the ring. It was just just sudden, just hooked into me. And like we still had the rest of the match to go. Like I still have shit I have to get out of this at some point. And so luckily, the only thing I had to do in that match was grab the guy and then roll him up. So I'm just like laying there. My hair is like really caught, and the ref's like trying to get it and stuff like that. The meantime, these two guys are doing their finishing thing, and I just had to like rip it because I just I just see him coming over at me, and then by time when you only have 2 wins in a company, you know ain't nothing getting my way. My first win, I dislocated my shoulder halfway through the match, and I wasn't gonna let nobody know, dude. My bad. We completely went off from this. Sorry. Back to this.
Weed whacker.
Weed whacker. I'll put that at A.
A? Okay.
Yeah. It's not as bad. Like it's another thing you're not worried about going to the hospital afterwards, but it definitely like sucks. And also like how hard it is to get a weed whacker to a show. It's not something that's being done every night. You know, it's rare. You know. Some preparations going in for that. So that's like a little bit of it. But it's just so like fast that you really don't feel it till like a couple like minutes later.
Yeah.
Like,
and then like the wound shows up like a few minutes later too.
Oh yeah. Dude, the next day and it itches the next day. I'm sure you've been hit with a weed whacker. You know?
Dude, the first time I got hit with it, well, actually it was probably like the 4th time, but like the last time I got hit with a weed whacker, I was just like dressed up as a flower, and I was there. I don't know. I was supposed to be a weed. I looked like a flower, and they hit me at the weed whacker because they're still whacking the weeds or whatever. And I get hit in the stomach, but I like freaked out and put my hand in front of it, so it like cut all my fingers too. It was so bad, dude. It sucked.
So the first time I did a weed whacker, I was supposed to take it to the chest. So I'm taking it to the chest. But the guy that's giving it to me has never done any like hardcore wrestling.
Never mowed a lawn.
Yeah. Probably never mowed a lawn, honestly. So he just starts like going crazy with it, and it starts hitting me in the face. So it's going from the chest to. So I had like a good shave and just a super red mark all on my neck and shit like that.
Okay, what about light tubes?
Light tubes, we'll put that under the C category.
Okay.
First C.
Yeah. Honestly, like, because light tubes do hurt, but they're like my favorite thing. Like, the more light tubes, the better. I've had matches with hundreds of light tubes. There's been 1,000 light tube matches, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, light tubes are my favorite thing. But it's one of those things where most of the time it's all right, but when it's bad, it's really bad.
No, it can definitely go bad. What about a door?
I'll put that at D. Doors are painless. Yeah. Doors, like you just, the weird thing about doors though is sometimes they won't break. And I've realized that when that happens, it's because me and my opponent have made like too big like a surface area. Like they're trying to like be sitting in front of the door as I come running in and it absorbs it. That's when it hurts because they're just like hitting something hard. But if anything, I like doors are like a safety net of like what we do.
That makes sense.
You know, we have a big fall, get me a damn door.
What about a golf club?
Oh, golf clubs, put those at S.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like that, like, if that goes bad, it's definitely going really bad.
Those for real hurt. I was like pissing blood. I got hit with one in the kidney over in Tennessee for like 30 people. Yeah. It was not worth it. It was not worth it for golf clubs to be in the match. And also, like nobody, like in deathmatch wrestling, we're used to like going pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
So with a lot of our weapons, you'll notice like the door, chair, light tubes, guitar, that shit that's meant to like break. Yeah. But the golf clubs though, like it looks like it'd be easy to break too. Because it's that thin. Yeah. But they're hitting us with the fucking heads of it. Like it's a mafia hit.
Yeah, golf clubs.
Get hit in the fucking ribs and shit. Dude, getting teed off. Oh.
What about a pizza cutter?
Pizza cutter, I would put that at C.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's so sharp that you don't even really feel it. But if the guy doesn't know what he's doing, like it's easy to get fucked up and go to the hospital.
Okay. That makes sense. What about pane of glass?
I'd put that at A.
A? Okay. Yeah. Any crazy glass stories?
No, not really. I've been just super fortunate with glass. My first ever glass match was out in Tennessee, and it was my dad's like first ever time seeing me wrestle. And it was the match was best of 7 panes of glass.
Yeah.
So like rock paper scissors 2 out of 3. So it was whoever put their opponent through 4 panes of glass first won.
Okay.
And so by the end of this match, it looked like it damn snowed in this ring with all the white broken glass.
Yeah.
Like we're literally laying there doing snow angels at the end of it. But the finish of it was I'm on my knees and my opponent comes running up from behind me and backslide, which is double knees to the back, and I just go face first through the panes of glass.
Oh, dude.
End up cutting my arms all up. We're in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee, like an hour from the closest hospital. This is my very normal dad's first time seeing me at a wrestling show.
Yeah.
This is also like my first time at a wrestling show out of town that I've had the opportunity to party at. So of course I took that opportunity. Well, my dad's just in the hotel room that night like, what is up with this kid? Where did I go wrong?
What about table?
Table, I'd put that under D also.
Okay.
Tables are like one of those safety nets. So what I always tell promoters the difference between like when I need a table over a door is if it's like a crazy height or if I need to be like laying on it.
Yeah.
Because if I need to be laying on it for somebody to come jumping off the balcony or a ladder or whatever, it's got to be sturdy enough to hold my big ass, you know. I'm daggum 280 pounds of love over here, you know. Sometimes doors don't stand a chance. It's got to be a good crack house door, you know. We look for the one with the busted lock holes.
So we have potato gun left. You said you've never been shot with a potato gun ever?
Never been shot with
Have you shot one
gun.
ever?
No.
Dude, that's insane that you haven't shot a potato gun.
That's kind of bizarre, honestly.
None of my friends are smart enough to build one.
Oh man, no, potato guns are fun. Potato guns, yeah, no, it's definitely very. I would say it's pretty dangerous. I wouldn't put it S tier. I would say it's definitely. I mean, honestly, it just depends what you're shooting at because you can put anything in there, really. I would put an A tier just so we can put it somewhere. Yeah. So.
Man, I don't know. I feel like have you ever been shot with a potato gun?
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like that's internal damage.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like
what's the
afraid
bruise
to put
like?
It in S. I mean, it could be it honestly is an S tier thing. If you get hit in the face with an actual potato gun, like you're going to the hospital.
If you ever somehow did a potato gun in a match, like it'd be you would never do that again. You would never. Nobody would ever replicate that, and you would also be like, because if you did it more than once, it's like okay. apparently this guy is impervious to potatoes
Yeah.
at this.
You know what? They
But
won't
the one
fucking
time
forget
it'd
it,
be
though.
like, yo, what the fuck?
Dude, it'd be so funny. Like someone's like, "I hope you're not allergic to starch," and then it's just like,
Dude,
That's their catchphrase.
no, we'd have to have like a curtain over it or
Yeah.
something like that. So the whole time people were at the show like, what the fuck is RD that thing? And he pull it up. People are dumb. They wouldn't even daggum know what it is. So they'd still be like, what is that? Until something comes shooting out of it. And so when potatoes hit a human being, do they like explode? Or is it more like a douche?
the potato will explode 100%.
Okay, see,
It'll
that's what I care more about.
It'll explode on you. But I mean, it also just depends. Like I don't know. I've seen them not fully explode, but I mean, it's gonna suck for an actual like a really good potato. Like as long as it's not soft, which usually they're not, it's gonna fuck you up.
I'll keep that in mind, Dag. You
Yeah.
just told me how we could do this in a match and not go to the hospital.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't shoot it at I mean, the other thing is like you have to make sure they shoot you.
Oh yeah,
and not the crowd.
I'm sure
or
the
something, 'cause-
accuracy isn't spot on.
It is
Oh
not.
no, it's really fucked. And then you have to also
Yeah.
like make sure they made the potato gun right, so the potato gun just doesn't explode in their hands. So.
Sounds like a lot there
There's a
lot
to go
to it,
into.
yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot.
Nobody
to
in
it.
deathmatch is smart enough to.
Yeah.
We've just figured out explosions like daggum 2 years ago. All right, and that was like cavemen inventing fire. There's no telling what we're going to do now that somebody went to college, man. You know.
I ask everyone that comes on the podcast this question: is there anything that you do every day to make sure you're reaching your maximum potential?
Yeah, man. So my whole life is doing whatever I gotta do to get in my next town, and that's that's bettering myself also. So during the week, and at home and everything is a conscious decision. Like since the new year, I've completely cut out bread, lost 30 pounds.
Nice.
Cut out soda. I'm drinking nothing but daggum flavor waters and
Nice.
daggum Perriers and heck yeah, stuff like that. And but yeah, everything's just a conscious decision. Every day I'm going to the gym. If I'm not going to the gym, it's because I got a show or something, like something to keep me moving, But yeah, man, every day I'm just not staying stagnant, just doing whatever I gotta do, keep myself entertained as well,
Yeah.
So heck yeah, man.
Well, hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Dude.
Yes,
It's been
sir.
really
Thank
fun,
you.
dude. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, man. So catch me at every Blood and Honey show running in Atlanta, Georgia, outside of Monk's Meadery. At Blood and Honey on Instagram, and look at the Blood and Honey series on Nathan Mowry's YouTube. And also, I'd like to shout out Loco Wrestling. I'll be out there May 24th for No Ring, No Masters 4. Don't know my opponent yet. And then also April 13th, I'm going to be back out here in sunny Los Angeles, California for Crimson Crown Wrestling, making my debut out there. And that's the first stop for the Hardcore Hillbilly Road to WrestleMania. And then I'm going to be May 17th, I'm going to be back right outside Atlanta, Georgia, in Canton for 7 Wrestling over at the Action Building.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, dude, thanks so much for coming on the pod. This was
Thank
fucking
you
awesome.
so much, man. It was a blast to be out here.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Well, and thank you guys for watching, and stay maximum or don't.
Hell yeah.